Are you talking to me on a cellular phone? Who is this? I don't know you. Don't come here. I'm hanging up now. Prank caller, prank caller. Oh my God. Sorry about that, guys. What's up, YouTube? It's Mandy Fraker coming to you again to talk about movies. As always, please subscribe, hit the like button, and press the little bell notification logo there, and that will allow you to get notifications for new videos. So I'm here to talk to you today about how America's Most Wanted, Janet Jackson, and Menace to Society all relate to each other in some way. So in 1981, a young boy named Adam Walsh was kidnapped from a Sears department store in Hollywood, Florida. Sadly, even after police investigation and different, people getting together and looking for him, his severed head was found in a ditch somewhere 4 or 5 days later, and killer was never caught. It's been rumored that it could be Jeffrey Dahmer or Otis O'Toole. Otis O'Toole did confess to that prior to being executed, but there was never really any prosecution or any real evidence outside of his, ramblings there. So in 1988, his father, John Walsh, really wanted to have something out there for people who wanted to get crime solved, and they were sick of just waiting on the police department to solve them. So he came out with a TV show in 1988 called America's Most Wanted. I could remember 8:30 every night on Sunday, Fox 5, watching that after The Simpsons, and then Married with Children was after that. It was a really good show. Within 4 days of their very first episode broadcasting, they caught a suspect on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. By 2013, at the show's end, they had caught over 1,200 criminals. That show did some amazing things. One of the really cool parts about that show was the, low-grade reenactments of, different crimes in these scenes, and they'd have low-rate actors do them. So in 1990, an episode came out, and they had a little-known actor named Tyrin Turner. And he played like a kid caught up in the gang life or something like that. He was literally in the reenactment for like a minute or two. No big deal. That was 1990. That episode premiered. Just a year before that, Janet Jackson came out with Rhythm Nation 1814. And a video to go along with it of the same name, Rhythm Nation. And it was a really good choreography, bunch of people dancing in a warehouse, black and white video. And there's, late teens, early 20s kid, a guy, or boy, staring through this chain link fence with this innocent face on, watching them dance. I guess maybe he wants to be part of it and can't be. I'm not really sure. And that was also Tyrin Turner. So, right around 1993, Tyrin Turner, sick of the bit part, sick of not really making it, ready to, throw in the towel and hang it up, and do something else, work at a restaurant, factory, whatever the case may be. He gets a phone call. There's an audition. He thinks, is this going to be this again where I show up and I give them the lines and they don't call me back, and then he's just like, I'll just do it anyway. And he looked upon it as a sign, because that day he prayed to his God and asked his God for a sign. And then those Hughes brothers called. So the Hughes brothers call him up. He gets a ride from his cousin down to the studio. And when one of the Hughes brothers walks out into the lobby to call Tyrin Turner, and he's like, oh, Tyrin Turner, we've been looking for you for months. And he's like, looking for me? What do you mean? How? And it turns out they saw him in the reenactment America's Most Wanted, and they liked how he had a hard side. He did a really good job of playing a gangster. And they had also seen him in Rhythm Nation's music video with Janet Jackson, and they saw a softer side of him there. So they knew he could play the part. And he only came in there, he gave a few lines and left, and just figured, well, it's probably not going to work out. Several days later, they said, hey, look, meet us at this restaurant. They handed him the script, and they said, you're Kane. Kane's the main character in the movie. He's a young boy. His parents were caught up in the drug game and the gangster game and crime and stuff like that. He lives with his grandparents, and he's just struggling between, staying with what he knows, selling crack and killing people and stuff like that, and getting out of the hood. Not going to give you the rest of the plot, but the movie was really good. 1993, man. I personally prefer it over Boys in the Hood. That's just me, though. I think the Hughes brothers did a really good job of that. Cool thing about that movie, Tupac was actually supposed to be in the movie, and most of the cast, like Tyrin Turner, didn't even know who Tupac was because he wasn't big yet. And the only reason he was gonna be in the movie is because the Hughes brothers helped him do the Brenda's Got a Baby video. And so, you know, in exchange for that, they were going to put him in Menace to Society. And unfortunately, he had a falling out with the Hughes brothers and didn't return. And New Line Cinema wasn't going to greenlight the film without a platinum rapper. So MC8 from Compton's Most Wanted showed up, and they were able to get the project greenlit. You know, and from there, they made a lot of other good movies. Yeah, it's just really interesting how he was in like 2 minutes in America's Most Wanted and maybe a total of 60 seconds if you really put it all together in the Janet Jackson music video. And then out of nowhere, he gets a starring role, which never happened before, in the movie Menace to Society. Does an amazing job. Lorenz Tate, amazing job. MC8 did a great job. Jada Pinkett was really good. Bunch of other Carl Duke does an amazing job. He fucked up, you know that, right? Really good movie. And the funny part about that movie is don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood. Use some of the same actors as that movie as a joke. So that was pretty cool. But that's all I got for you today. And I just want to throw it out there. This hat, this VHS hat, and hats like this, Vestron Video and Predator and Pork Chop Express. You've probably seen me wearing hats like this in my videos and wondered, you know, where does he get that from? Well, I can answer that question for you today. I get it from a place called Inked Up Merch. So you can reach them at inkedupmerch.com. They're incredibly affordable. Some of these hats I've had for years. They don't fade out even if you wear them in the sun every day. Again, very affordable. And they look really retro and vintage too, which is nice. So, you know, that's all I got for you today. As always, please subscribe and hit the bell link. And hope you have a great day.